Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City Media podcast. Stepping up to the microphones are your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis. Pull up your chair, grab your favorite brew, and enjoy the conversation. Now, let's get to the show.
Hey fellas,
Welcome back. Do you still?
Let
Let me ask. Do you still have the boo-boo guts?
what a I didn't have any boo-boo guts. I had
Reporting from last week said you had boo-boo guts.
the COVID, and this is the second documented time that I've had it, and it lasted longer this time than it did the first time, which is strange. I never had a fever or anything, but I had one of the worst headaches and sinus pressure I've ever had in my entire life.
Wow.
Knocked me flat out for 3 days.
Yeah.
Sounds rough.
You still sound like you still sound nasally.
You are nasally.
My bad. Why don't you sing a song for us?
Smelly cat.
What is that
What
from?
are they feeding you?
Friends, dude.
Smelly cat.
It sounded familiar. I've never really watched all of that, but there might be some. I'm fine. I feel great.
There's a whole scene with Phoebe where she sings that song, but she's sick and she loves the way she sounds when she's sick. And she's trying to stay, like, the whole episode is about her trying to keep it cold. So,
wow.
Anyway.
I'll say this. There's not much else worse in the world than being sick with cold-like symptoms in the summer.
Yeah.
In the heat of the summer. I mean, that's got to be one of the most difficult
For sure.
things that's ever happened. What?
Sorry.
Oh, reflective. Timothy, what are we sipping on this eve?
This is October's Wit. This is a Hampline beer. You got our boy Natch, the bear.
Got him
with
all
the tie-dye
tied
shirt.
up. You think he made that himself?
Maybe so. A Belgian style wit beer.
With beer. This is great.
Here we are. Dude,
Like
spoilers.
this. October wit. Probably should have saved that one for October.
This is probably from October last year, for being honest.
Probably is. We are notorious for grabbing beers that are seasonally late.
What are you gonna do?
Andy's Met.
What are you gonna do?
Fellas, I'm enjoying it. We got a summer storm going on right now. I'm watching Zach Edith play a little summer ball. Got me excited to watch some Grizzlies next year. Kidding me? He's already sticking up for teammates and stuff.
It's so funny because he hip checked Bryce Sensabaugh, who's a big dude. Like, Bryce is like thick and big and like he's just whatever. He hip checked him and sent him like 2 feet.
He makes.
Like, my bad.
I mean, I know that Zach Edith is a huge human being, but they just showed him next to Kenny Lofton Jr. not a minute ago, and it looked like Kenny standing next to my 3-year-old.
Yeah. It is wild. They'll show videos or like pictures of him dunking, and he's like just barely off of his tippy toe.
Oh, they
dunking.
showed
It's
a
like,
they
this is
showed a
absurd.
they showed a picture on that. They posted one. The Grizzlies posted one today where he was literally on his tippy toes and was hanging on the rim.
Yeah.
Like,
that's just not even fair.
he didn't.
No,
he went to
no.
go cut the net. I guess
Didn't use a ladder. No ladder.
Didn't use a ladder.
He had to kneel down to cut it. He was squatting a little.
Oh man.
That's enough about summer league.
Yeah, dude.
How about summer workouts that we're in the midst of? Before we get to the workouts, did you fellas see the post last week the Memphis basketball team put out on Twitter and Instagram? The video they put out, a message to the city.
No,
Yeah.
enlighten me.
Yep.
I'm just going to
Pretty
play
good.
the first couple of seconds for TJ since he hasn't watched
When
it.
the
Can
season's
you hear this?
over, what do you want the city of Memphis to be saying?
But I'm a winner, and I'm a leader. I'm a hard playing guy. I'll be about.
How many times at the end of the season, what do you want the city of Memphis to say about you? How many times did they just say that I'm a winner right there? Not that I scored the most points, not that I had the most rebounds, that I'm a winner. That fired me the heck up,
I'm
Timothy.
with it. I'm with it. I just want to win, dude. I don't care who the coach is. I don't care if we're wearing the white jerseys, the blue jerseys, gray jerseys, black jerseys, the bronze jerseys,
FedEx purple and orange jerseys.
FedEx
Copper.
purple ones. I don't
The
care. I
copper.
just want to win, dude.
Copper
Coppers.
jerseys.
What did he call them? Burnt what?
I
Bronze.
said bronze.
Bronze.
Hey, you want me
We're
to show
coming-
you?
like
wanna
we're
see
coming
the-
in third place like we have been in the American? Is that what that was? Was that a dig at us? Because we can't win the damn conference? Holy shit, TJ.
TJ. New year, new
Whatever, dude.
Tigers. Hey, you want me to play the video, Trey? You want me to play it?
Play it. It's only 30 sec.
Here it comes.
Fire
Here
me
it
the
It's
heck up.
over. What do you want the city of Memphis to be saying about you?
I'm a winner.
That I'm a winner.
That I'm a winner. That I'm a leader.
I'm a hard playing guy. I leave it all on the court. You know, we won and won at the biggest stage.
Came in, did everything I could.
I give them all.
Dang, looking
That I was
skinny.
standing on business the whole year. I just want everybody to know we got a great team, great group of guys, great coaching staff,
We're going to need our full support this year. We need y'all to come to every game, be loud.
and we for sure going to that Final Four and then some.
Is there anything else you want the fans, the city to know about you?
We're going to win.
How serious was Tyrese in that?
100%, dude. Cutthroat
Tyrese
stuff.
He's a dog.
Can we
bro.
get t-shirts that say the Final Four and then some mo?
And then some mo. The Final Four, then some mo.
I'll wear it. 2020.
That does
Dangy
that
did
does
look-
kind of it does kind of feel like a off-season motto has been born. Final Four,
What is
then
it?
some mo.
Oh. Winners. I don't know. That hyped me up. I'm ready to buy my season tickets.
Danger looks
Uh,
good, dude.
He did.
Yes,
Yeah, he looked,
did.
looked
He
like
looks-
he's
he
slimmed
looks
down for
in
sure.
shape. He looks in shape. Kenneth has got some nuggies from summer workouts. One of them, you told us in the Discord, Tyrese, and I get it from the video you just shared, has established himself as the top dog.
He is absolutely established himself as a top dog on this team so far, which makes sense, right? Like it makes sense. PJ is an extremely talented kid, but he's also a sophomore. Tyrese is a fifth year
Yeah.
grown man who's played high level college basketball. But for all intents and purposes, from what I've been hearing about summer practices, that he is absolutely that dude.
Some would say elite in all caps.
Elite.
And I think, like you said, that doesn't say anything. That's not saying anything negatively about PJ and what
Sure.
the expectation is for him, right? Like you said, he's only a sophomore. Yeah. But the things you're hearing from that front is he's looked as good or even better than what he was advertised at. And I think coming off of what he had in an injury last season, his shooting is. It sounds like his shooting is.
Yeah, I think it came out.
Better?
I think it came out. I think he actually talked about it in an interview, potentially. But it's kind of widely known that he hit an injury from his coaches at Tulsa all year last year. He fractured his hand, his shooting hand, and it's fine. It healed up at the end of last season, but so he went into the tournament, went into the last couple of games of the season at full strength. So he has no reoccurring issues. So I don't want anybody freaking out like when they hear this. Oh my God, we already got Baraka out. What's going to happen with PJ? PJ's hand is fine. But one of the things has been mentioned is he played through it, which I think is awesome, right? Like he played through a hand injury that probably, if he had told some people, would have probably kept him out of games.
Yeah.
The downfall for him, I think, is that his shooting struggled during the middle of the season. So you look at his numbers and you look at the way he shot the three ball. That's kind of been the topic since he's come, since he went into the transfer portal, was fantastic at getting to the rim, fantastic at all these playmaking, all this stuff. But his 3-point shooting is not great. Well, I would say a lot of that is due to the fact that he had a hand injury. He was here in Memphis, and I was told that he was working out with his father at the facility, and they set up
they set up the kind of a 3-point shooting contest drill. The kind of like what they do in the NBA from the NBA range, 5 racks, 5 balls on each rack. But the difference is, like they do in the NBA, they shoot 5 balls and then move on. His dad was like, basically, you got to make 5 from each position before you go. So in total, he had to make
5 in a row.
No, just 5 from each spot. So he
Listen,
had
next week. Papa Haggerty. Next week, let's get it 5 in a row from each spot, and then we move on.
You wait till you hear these numbers because it was almost 5 in a row everywhere. All right.
Was he missing money balls or hitting the money ball?
Sounds like he made most of the money balls. So based on that the way that works, he needed to make 25 shots. How many shots do you think it took him to make 25 shots from NBA 3-point range?
Much higher.
What would it be?
I mean, you're saying
what
he
would be
almost
good?
made
What
all
would be
5 in a
good?
row. I would say it took him 31 shots total.
31 shots? That would be good. 25 of 31 would be awesome, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, TJ? You think 31 or you think higher?
That's going to be higher, yeah.
You think higher? It took him 27 shots.
Well,
25 of 27. Wow.
It's
I
not
needed
bad.
which two
I'll take
did
it.
he miss?
2 money balls. No.
From which spots?
I don't know. I didn't get to the nitty-gritty of that. But
sure.
basically took him 27 shots to make 25 3 balls from the NBA range at the Laurie Walton practice facility a couple weeks ago. So I think in terms of like, do we expect that to be the case? Everybody that I've talked to that that does workouts and things like that would tell you what you shoot in practice, like divide that in half for game reps, right? Like you see most NBA players when they're shooting warm-ups, they never miss, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think Steph made like 100 in a row or something like that in a practice. But so nobody's expecting him to go 25 or 27 in game play, but
I mean, give me 12 of 27. I don't
yeah,
care.
what are we talking about, right?
44%.
44%.
I mean,
So
hell.
yeah, PJ's been incredible. Tyrese, I think, in terms of like if we were to put a comparison on Tyrese in terms of just leadership, in terms of kind of how he stepped in and his role on the team, it's a Kendrick Davis type of role where he comes in and he has very clearly become the top dog very quickly for this team.
Top
Yeah,
dog.
It also helps that he seemingly has like a killer instinct as well, and Kendrick kind of
Can we, if we ran that video back? I don't necessarily mean this disrespectfully, but he had a little bit of like a serial killer look in his eye.
Here, I'll get
in some of the like,
yeah.
When he said, not that one, that was fine. When he says the part about I stood on business on you,
the very
end.
I mean,
Look at
that. Yeah. He's ready to hurt somebody.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about a kid who's played ball his entire career at high level places.
Yeah, I was about to say he was a top 50 kid coming out of high school. Like, I mean, the talent's always been there. He's just kind of bounced around from team to team. So it kind of looks one way, but in reality, the skill is there, right?
Yeah. Anyway, that's got me excited. Another name. This one didn't necessarily come from you, Kenneth. We got this on the side. That Musa looks like an absolute freak out there. Not even the same person that we saw 3 years ago.
Now let's not get it twisted.
My dude's been taking some creatine.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not get it twisted. He's not like back to the basket, Hakeem Olajuwon.
I meant physically he looks like an absolute specimen. Yeah. And he's still rim protecting, grabbing boards. I heard the hands are still granite, literally.
Yeah.
Still need some work.
I think they are what they are at this point.
The hands match the muscles. He's just chiseled out of stone. And to be frank, we don't need him to catch the ball a whole lot.
Sure.
We just need him to be smacking. We just need him to be smacking balls. And we need him to be grabbing balls.
What we know about him is if you put the ball up here, he can catch
Sketch
him.
just got real fired up.
Sketch just got. Hey, brother.
What's up,
guys are-
brother?
Off your rocker. I'll tell
Be
you one
this
thing.
COVID medicine.
Well, we'll leave it that there.
Tell us. You were going to tell
No,
us
you're
one
fine.
thing.
You're gonna say one thing.
No.
Come on.
No. It's fine. I was gonna segue into something different, but go ahead.
Seg on that way, baby. You love to steal a segue.
I do. I'm just going with the
Yeah,
flow of
remember
the
you hopped
podcast,
on
man.
that Segway outside the UC and got
That's right.
arrested?
I did not get arrested. I did get threatened to be kicked off campus.
Only regulars would have gotten that reference. All
They did.
right.
Some other. Can I give you some other nuggets before we?
Okay, we have more nuggets to be
more
given.
nuggets.
Not
Obviously,
wings, because we don't have any of those.
we don't do that. Obviously, there's been coaching change since the off season or during the off season. Mike Davis is on the floor. Andre Turner is on the floor, and from what I have been told, they are doing things in practice right now that they did not do last year. And I'll give you a.
Well, yeah, they weren't here.
Well, I'll give you a specific. There's a lot of implementing of offense during the summer season.
Already?
A lot of 5-on-0 last year, implementing of offense.
Well, that's because they had 5 guys last year.
Well, they had Big Noah playing.
It
the
was
5
the roster
for
at this point.
yeah. But because
Yeah.
all those guys are in town, a lot of the stuff that they're doing, they are implementing offense with a 5-on-5 game right now,
Good.
which I think can only help.
Sure. I mean,
So-
just the fact that you have bodies here, right? You have enough guys to run 5-on-5 in its own right. Not
Yeah.
even implementing a new offensive set or any
Well, it's not
offensive
even just-
plays, anything like that. It's having 10
Yeah.
guys here, right? That's a huge difference.
Yeah, that's the biggest piece. It's not whether it's 5-on-0 or 5v5 or whatever it is. Like the 5-on-0 implementation last year, that was guys implementing offense that probably didn't get a whole lot of minutes. I don't even remember who was here at that point in time, but it was like Jourdain, Noah,
Yeah.
Pierre,
Caleb was in town. Caleb was one of the first.
Caleb
in
was
town.
here. I mean, so what? 2 of those, 1 is a starter. I mean, I guess Jourdain
Yeah.
started some, but like those weren't the guys that really needed to be getting implemented.
There's just a lot of good energy and good vibes coming from the team right now.
That's good. One other thing we didn't mention though that you mentioned is everybody's bought in. They're ready to work. What'd you say? Penny
Yeah.
called a 6 a.m. practice the
yeah,
day before, and everybody was there and showed up on time. Every
everybody,
single player ready to go to work. No complaints.
every single player was there.
Last year we were hearing stories about dudes bitching about having to run because it was
Come on, man.
July.
Yeah.
Now
I
you're
get
getting
that,
everybody there at 6 a.m. the next day, ready to rock and roll. That's what I'm talking about. Give me dudes that want to be here and are ready to work.
Yeah, man. Turns out there's running
Out
in
there for the
basketball.
love of the game. Turns out there is running. Doesn't matter what month you're doing it in.
No,
You're playing basketball, it's going to
just a
involve some
part of the
running.
process.
All right. Any more nuggets? Because we sure as hell ain't got no wings. Are you guys concerned with Colby Rogers being our only 3, I guess, at this point?
I mean, what is a 3 these days? You know, what is a 3?
I don't disagree.
I don't. How
I mean,
tall
you
is
miss
Jared
out on
Harris? I don't know
Kaluma.
that
You
off
missed
the top
out
of my head.
on how tall is who?
Jared Harris. I mean, I know he's probably more of a 2, but like, could you make it happen?
I think he's like 6'4",
Like 6'3"?
isn't he?
Is he 6'3", 6'4"? Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna make it work with Colby Rogers, I don't think it's unheard of if you can make it work with Jared Harris there. But I think he's actually shorter. I think he's probably like 6'2", maybe 6'2",
We've heard
6'2",
some-
6'3".
Yeah, he's 6'4", 170.
Okay.
And that's another. We heard some rumors a little bit earlier that the staff likes him a lot. for a freshman. He could see some run. But
I know
miss on Kaluma,
Stansberry loves Jared Harris. Loves him.
Noah or Rick.
Both.
Makes sense.
I am going to be shocked if they don't hit the portal still for another wing, just an insurance policy or someone.
I mean, can we get a flip? Somebody's already committed somewhere. Let's flip them.
It's possible, right? We've seen it happen single-handedly.
I mean, Jonathan Lawson was thrown out there. That's a no-go.
Yeah.
It sounds like internationally maybe option, but I don't follow international prospects, so that doesn't maybe they go find somebody. You already got Pierre Tuck, but he wasn't really international. He's kids from Texas.
I think there's enough out there in the portal still that you could find somebody, right? Just somebody. You don't have to have, and I get the
and I mean, I guess technically it ain't set till school starts, right? So like one of these dudes could, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not terribly worried about it. Our boy BT over at Bart Torvik's got us 26th, I think, currently in the nation. So roster wise, I think we're okay. I think the concern is with Rodgers is defensively. Well, my counterpoint to that would be like Penny's been able to get dudes to buy in defensively and be better defensively than what they'd previously been, with the exception of last year, I would say. So let's give Penny a summer to get Colby ramped up defensively, because the dude can shoot it like nobody's business from the three. So if you get him ramped up, I mean, obviously you're foul trouble or injury or away from potentially being in. But if we can get a Koji healthy and back, then I'm ready to roll. Speaking of our boy BT, I posted this the other day. Did you guys see his rankings over the last 5 seasons for his T rank, which is basically a score given to how well your team played in any given game? T rank rankings against top 100 opponents over the last 5 seasons. You guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a guess, Timothy, of where you think your University of Memphis Tigers fell in this ranking category. There are 100 teams on this list. So performance against top 100 teams over the last 5 seasons, where do your University of Memphis Tigers fall?
Over how many years?
The last 5.
I mean, probably
so
good.
This would all but Penny's first year, basically.
$30th?
Close. 23rd.
Okay.
Average ranking of a 79.0. Gonzaga was number 1 at 89.6. We've played 89 top 100 games over the last 5 years, which is not, that doesn't surprise me. I feel like we always play, like we've talked about it countless times over the last couple of years. Well, but we play up to competition and then we play down. What's been so hurtful for Penny and his rosters is not beating good teams.
Not Houston.
It's, can we get a flip of this and see how we've performed against bottom 100 teams? Because when you're losing at home to Rice and losing to frickin', I don't even remember.
USF.
Yeah, this year
they were decent.
Though,
I know they were decent, but still, you get the point.
I don't think they were top 100, but anyway, thought that was interesting because that doesn't necessarily surprise me. We performed well under Penny against top 100 teams statistically, and it shows, and that doesn't surprise me at all. Fellas, it's thunder booming. We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. 4th of July was kind to the University of Memphis football team. We got 7 Saturdays to football and then a couple other things to cover. But we'll be right back.
What are some of your goals for this particular season, your rookie year? You're still, you haven't even got your contract stuff situated. You don't really know what your role is going to be on the team. But what are some of your individual goals that you have for this season?
I don't even say anything specific. Obviously, coming here to win, I want to win as many games as possible. But really just maximize my role, whatever that role is. Like you said, I don't really know what that is yet. But just being able to maximize my role, whether it's, just being that practice guy is getting everyone better, or coming in, giving good hard minutes, giving energy, playing defense, knocking down shots, whatever it is, just being able to maximize my role.
Tune in to The Anthony Sain Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
He knows the system. I want us to use Edie in the way that we could see him using when the season's here. Yes, it could be easy to have him get 55 pick touches games and on the block hand high and making moves, but that's not the role he's gonna have in the league. I just want to see him being in the dunker spot, maybe doing some hollow action, maybe some pick and rolls with Cam Spencer or Jalen Wills or Gigi. Like, I want to see that type of stuff. Just little breadcrumbs of what we can see in the league. Defensive end, just dominate the paint. I just want to see him be the defensive anchor. As soon as people get 5 feet, 10 feet of rim, they going the other way because just his presence down low is just so great. Am I confident he will do that? Yes, I will, because I feel like Zach Edey's prepared for this moment.
Tune into the No Bluffing Podcast with your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes, every Monday at 12 p.m. only on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Oh, fellas, I think the Grizzlies are about to lose the Summer League game.
Did you see Zach Edey miss the dunk? Oh,
did he just miss one?
He had a put back dunk to put him up by one, and just.
I'm going to be honest. There's no way that should happen.
Well, no.
We just talked about him standing on his tippy toes and reaching the rim. How are you missing dunks?
He tried to like crush, and it went too hard.
Break the goal.
He tried to break the goal. Yeah.
Interesting. Timothy, we got a big commit. We did not get Peyton Joseph committed to Florida State. No surprise. We've heard some rumblings behind the scenes. Just maybe
he just kind of put back to tie it. I'm sorry.
Oh!
What a legend.
Wow.
Hell yeah. Sorry.
That totally really excited. Yeah, he's fired up.
Oh, that was awesome.
That's great. That is great. Hey, sorry for prematurely saying the Grizzlies lost. What an absolute perfect missed free throw. Who was that? Was that Jake LaRavia? Who missed that free throw on
Jake LaRavia?
That was the best missed free throw I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, dude. Wow.
I mean, he couldn't have executed that more perfectly. And then, wow. If this is Wednesday and you haven't seen this yet, you need to go find this highlight, because I've never seen one executed so perfectly in my entire life. Anyway, wow. Didn't get Peyton Joseph. Sounds like it wasn't maybe a fit, so no surprise there. But we did pick up ESPN 4-star, 3-star across the other recruiting ranking outlet sites. Wide receiver Rahim Hutchins Jr. has committed to your Tigs, picking Memphis over Nebraska and Houston. Timothy, we got a little Houston pipeline running, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. He pretty much shut down the Houston thing pretty early. It was down to just Nebraska and Memphis the past couple of weeks, probably for about a month now straight. And from everything that I've been told, it's been Memphis. Even on his visit to Nebraska, it was instantly Memphis right after. So I know you mentioned he was a 4-star at ESPN. He's actually not that far removed from a 4-star at, let's say, 247. I think he's about 30 spots off from a 4-star. Very similar to Tiger commit Xavier Johnson, who committed a little bit earlier last month. They generally about right on the cusp of being both 4-stars. So I have noticed that it shows Rahim Hutchins has now dropped 8 spots, Kenny.
Dude, we
As you
talked
know,
about this
talked
last
about
week.
this.
This is bullshit, man. Every time, Trey. Every time.
For what
I
it's worth,
know.
there are a lot of people
I'm
that
familiar.
have dropped, but Xavier Johnson has dropped 9 spots. Just throwing that out there.
What did Antoine drop? 30?
No. I don't know what he dropped actually.
He
I
dropped
haven't seen
20
that.
something on ESPN right after committing.
So dumb.
I'll
Not
tell you
that
what's
we care
crazy.
anything about ESPNs, but
There is a receiver who committed to NC State. He jumped up. Any guesses how many spots he jumped up? He's ranked 420 right now.
It's 50.
he jumped up for committing to Mississippi State. Is that what you said?
No, he committed to North
NC
Carolina State.
Yeah, NC State.
But he jumped up X number of spots. Any guesses? Kenny says
25.
211 spots.
What? In the off season, TJ.
Yeah, what? A game hasn't been played. What's he? I guess
Nothing's-
there's camps. Are they watching him at camp or something? And like, oh shit, this kid is 200 spots better than we have him.
ESPN rankings are a joke. They've been a joke since COVID, to be honest with you.
What blows my mind?
Just
How this
shot
stuff
at me.
happens.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I bet you. I
He
bet that's
committed
person
here. Kenny, it's
committed
real.
to NC
Here.
State on June 23rd, and all of a sudden he shoots up 211 spots. That's absurd.
What possibly could he have done in the last 2 weeks?
Well, that's what Kenny and I talked about last week. Like, people will commit to Memphis, and all of a sudden they drop, and it's like, how is there any movement right now? Like, what is
That's
happening for there to
insane.
be any movement? But
That's literally
211.
insane.
Maybe we could look into this. And this guy was, at one point a 5-star. He tore his ACL. Now he's back and healthy. Maybe that's Maybe that's what it is. But it's just wild. 211 spots is absurd.
That is, yeah, that's wild.
Without any
Rahim,
games
though,
being played.
6'1", 170 speedster. Timothy, I think he's like a 4'3", 40 is what he's got posted in his bio. Not a huge productive year last year. 400 yards roughly. Had 5 tutties. What I'm looking at only shows 8 games, so I don't know if all of his stats are recorded here, but
sure.
Speedster. Somebody will look at going over the top of the defense with. Somebody for Antoine to be slinging that thing too.
Yeah, Antoine dropped 5 spots, Kenny.
Oh, where did I read
that's
30?
I know, legitimately, you're right. Kenny, on ESPN, he did. It was 20 or something. He went from 40th to like 65 or something like that.
Oh, sorry.
It was.
He dropped from 12 to 17 on 247 as a quarterback. That's not the national ranking. So I bet if I looked at the, like the top 247 or something like that, it could be more, but it's still absurd.
Natalie just texted me that our fireplace is making a funny squeaking noise.
There's an animal in your fireplace.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
No, thank you.
Anyway, with the
Christmas
commitment
in Christmas in July.
I wish. Oh, that dampers should be shut. With the commitment of Rahim, we bumped up to 3rd in the American Conference recruiting ranking, 77th overall. We only have 11 commits. We have half of what I believe it's ECU and
USF probably
USF that are ahead of us with 22 and 20 commits. We talked about it a couple weeks ago last time I was on here, but our average player ranking is so much higher at 88.61, and they're both sitting at 85.
Yeah.
So as this class rounds out, no doubt in my mind that this is about to be the highest ranked American class, and 2, again, Ryan Silverfield's best class since he's been here. What is that, like 4 years?
Which he's done
now?
4 years straight. He's done that 4 years straight. The best class, best
He
class.
just keep topping himself. Unbelievable. Speaking of football, fellas, we got 7. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Saturdays to football. Get your season tickets if you haven't. I haven't. I hadn't renewed yet. I'm lazy about it. I'm going to be honest with you.
Gotta get it
But I'll
done,
tell you
Trey.
this much. They tweeted out today. I did this for basketball. Damn glad they're doing it for football. They're doing that dynamic season pass, $150 a ticket. Your seat just kind of floats around. They'll let you know where you're sitting. Let's be honest. Where can you get a deal like that anywhere in the country? $150 for season tickets. What's that, like $20 a
Pretty
game?
good.
That's unbeatable.
It's really good.
Get your tickets. We're almost there. I can smell it. UNA
If you were
Lions coming to
curious,
town.
where do you think, if you looked at it from an average score ranking on 247, like, you know, you were just talking about we only have 11 commits, but our average ranking per player, where do you think Memphis would rate? Like, where do you think they would rank?
Overall?
That's a good question.
If you based it purely off that.
Okay, give me who's the number one? Ohio State?
Alabama.
What is their
94.1.
Oh shit, so we're
Oh, wow.
close.
Is it top 25?
88's not far off that, Timothy. We're almost 87. I want to say like 22.
I'm counting.
What? You didn't have this already counted out, Timothy? This
Well,
is so Bush League.
I had to go back and look at the decimal. We would be right at 22, I believe it is.
Let's go, Trey.
Stop. That's what I guessed.
I think
Let's
it's
go.
22, yeah. So you're basically right there with Arkansas, Kentucky, SMU, and Ole Miss. So pretty good company.
Are you serious right now?
Pretty good company.
Wait,
Ole
why
Miss
is
is
it
a little
not
bit higher, but
How are you doing this? It's not showing up for me.
yeah, it's going to be tricky. You have to basically see Memphis' score ranking first, right? You have to find the.
Why are we?
8861,
Oh, it's because it's only doing.
and then it does the top 25, and then sort on the average, and then you
okay,
basically have to find it from there.
Is there like a number of recruits you have to qualify for the top 25?
No.
So then what?
Once you click,
Because it's giving you
average,
the top
it takes
25
away
is giving. Yeah, well, it's not based on average, Kenny. They give you points for every recruit. So yeah,
Oh.
bigger classes with better players are getting more points. That's why we're not. That's why our current class isn't ranked higher.
Yeah, that's why we don't. Yeah, that's why we're not showing as a top 25 class.
We have high
Because it doesn't
high
go off the
quality, but a low quantity.
We have officially lost Trey.
What?
You're disappearing.
You're
Oh,
disappearing.
sorry.
You're like bald right here, dude. You kidding me?
You guys, we're well.
Speaking of disappearing, no, I'm just joking.
What has happened to Timothy's Rico Suave? Did he have it out last week?
No,
He did.
I have
Patting it
a hat
up.
on.
That's what happens when he comes back in town. He hasn't had time to put his pomade in. Light
True.
hold,
Don't use pomade, dude.
Matt.
Anyway, Rahim
Finish.
Hutchins committed. Looking forward to having the speedster.
All right. Biggest news coming out of the conference realignment world. AD Ed Scott, I know you guys talked about him last week. Huge hire. Absolutely love it. I didn't get to put my thoughts in because I was dying of COVID. I shouldn't say that. I wasn't really dying, and people actually did. I apologize. That was insensitive of me. I felt like I was. It was horrible. Incredible hire. I'm very excited. Initially, I was like, who the heck is this dude? And then I watched the press conference, and he absolutely smacked it out of the freaking FedEx Park. He has said that we will absolutely opt into revenue sharing, which I thought was absolutely the correct answer. The problem is AAC Commish Burnetti's come out and said, now I don't think it's actually been agreed upon about the 22 million revenue sharing number, but he's basically said that they're going to potentially put a cap on each school within the American that would be below that threshold. No indication of what the number may be. It could be 15. It could be 5. It could be 2.
Because he's wanting parity, right? Like in the NIL.
Yeah.
his argument is that makes the league overall better holistically, right? It's a level playing field theoretically. I mean, I guess
Who gives a shit?
But you're limiting. Like, I'm not saying that we would be able to give $22 million a year anyway, but why try to put a cap on it? Like, let the teams that can fund money, like, let them do it. I'm not.
It doesn't make any sense.
The
to put a
heck out of
cap on
here.
it.
We need to get the heck out of here. Details came out about Edwards' deal. He's got a $250,000 bonus if he gets us into a P4 league, which does that not feel low to you guys?
It does. Yeah, it definitely feels
Does
low
not
to me.
feel remarkably low, but maybe they're looking at it as like all the hard work's already been done, so he's just kind of the guy signing the letter. I don't know.
Well, it is a $250,000 bonus. Let's be real. I mean, that's like kind of a lot of money.
It
but
is
it's not, you know,
especially
right off
for FedExers who
$250K.
haven't been getting one in 6 years.
Well, not even just that, dude. It's $250K, and there's nothing that says they can't renegotiate this deal and make him pay him more, basically, once you're in a new conference, right?
Yeah. I just thought initially I was like, dang, that doesn't seem like very much for getting a team into a Power Four. Like, that is next level life-changing stuff for an athletics program like ours.
Yeah.
Just 250 kind of felt like I don't know. But to TJ's point, maybe he gets a renegotiated contract in the long run. He comes out better for it. But absolutely loved him saying we were all in for revenue sharing. And shame on Pernetti for even throwing out the idea of putting some kind of cap on there. I think it's ridiculous.
But that doesnn't seem like a throwaway comment, right? Like you're not gonna say that unless it's like,
no, I don't.
On record.
I mean,
on
it's.
record.
I think it's something that would have to be voted on. But TJ and I were talking with our buddy Schlong 14 earlier. Like, there's not many schools in the American that would be able to meet some threshold like 22 million anyway.
Sure.
So they're gonna vote for whatever benefits them, right? Like Memphis, it would be Memphis, potentially Tulane, like South Florida, maybe UTSA. That could probably benefit from a no cap situation, depending on what the number is. So that's like you're 4 against 8 or what? I don't even know how many teams we have anymore. 16. How many are in the conference now? I mean, you're 4 against 12 or something like that. 4 against 10. I don't know how many it is.
Yeah.
So that's just not the way it works.
Yeah, but I don't think he wouldn't just say something like that if it wasn't in serious consideration and discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think
you just don't see that. You don't see that. I mean, does any Power 4 conference, do they work that way, or do they it feels like they are very much like, hey man, step your game up and come up here with us, kind of a deal. Like, it just, who cares about the health? Yeah.
None of them would ever put any sort of cap on that.
No, it's crazy talk.
Anyway,
yeah,
I thought it was ridiculous.
We just gotta get out of this conference, man.
We do, and hopefully we do. You know, we got an AD coming from the ACC. He was very open and candid about conference realignment in his initial media discussions. I mean, came out and said that he felt like it's a pretty clear understanding that the Big 12 is set kind of right now where they're at, and the ACC obviously has some lawsuits going on. He said as an ACC guy, that's a place that he would definitely like to return to and be back in. So hopefully the connections there lead to something, and maybe we'll get some movement coming up. Who knows?
That's the one we want. Okay.
That's the one TJ wants.
Stop listening to the Big 12's call, dude.
Bad.
Being the booty call, dude.
TJ wants the ACC so bad.
Has there been any movement on those lawsuits?
Oh, I'm sure there's movement.
Yeah.
Just nothing public that we know of yet.
Well, if you watch the latest clips of NCAA football or college football 25 recently, you noticed that Clemson now plays in the MAC.
That is
So
true.
I don't know if that's a little bit of foreshadowing, but it could be getting some Tuesday night Clemson action coming up here in a couple months. If everything
tell you
really,
what,
if shit really
smart
hits
move.
the fan and Clemson
Yeah, wow.
gets shunned to the MAC for some reason.
No, that's smart gameplay right there because look,
Bring your
they
own
have
guts
it
conference.
financially. They already have the money financially. You move to the action, you smoke everybody, you just get into the playoff every year, no matter what. That's smart. I'm with it.
It may not be the worst play ever. It may not be. All right. Last thing I saw this week, fellas. Combined win percentage athletically for football and men's basketball over the last 10 years. College Basketball Report put this out the other day. Again, you got a 100-team list. So from 2015 to 2024, combined college football and college basketball win percentage. Where does the University of Memphis rank in this list out of 100 teams?
'50s.
I'll give you Alabama is number one at 0.759, followed by Ohio State at 0.751. And then our MAC champions, Clemson, at 0.725.
I'd say it's pretty high up there. I mean, you got to think, you said the last 5 years, and Ryan's probably at like.
No, this is the last 10 years.
Oh, 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good, though, because you're pulling in Fuente Norvell.
Yeah.
So
you
I would say
haven't
the
had a
combination
losing football season in this time frame.
Yeah. You've had a 6-6, I guess, outside of the bowl game.
Not losing. Hey, they count that Hawaii Bowl as a win.
I know. I'd say that football is probably pretty high up there. I can only assume basketball 10 years is.
Hey, 6 of those years Penny has won 20 games every year.
Sure.
Hubby won 20 games every year.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to go you want the ranking or the percentage?
Ranking. You don't got to give me percentage. That's all too.
12th.
You saw this.
No, I didn't. I just
looked
based off
12th.
your percentages.
We are 12th.
12th?
I just took a shot in the dark off your
12th overall at 0.662, tied with
what?
Notre Dame
SMU?
and Cincy.
I was thinking SMU or someone's going to be super high up there.
No, I will. The highest G5, Boise
Boise, right?
State.
Yeah, that makes sense.
5th overall at 0.695.
Jeez, man.
But you are higher. I mean, these are notable. You're higher than Kentucky, Iowa, LSU, Michigan State, Baylor, Utah, Florida State, USC, North Carolina, Tennessee, Penn State, A&M, Auburn, Oklahoma State, TCU, Arizona, Washington, Florida, Texas, UCLA, Mississippi State, Louisville, Ole Miss, Virginia Tech. I mean, you're higher than a lot of notable teams. I mean, obviously their conference schedule is a little bit tougher, so that makes your winning percentage go down maybe, but pretty good company, and we're a Power 4 program. That's all I got to say about that.
Hey, it was announced this week, kind of the final thing. It was announced this week that a few of the sports information officers for the University of Memphis are no longer going to be here. They're going to Missouri.
Bye.
Nothing new, right?
Not surprising.
Yeah. If you leave Memphis, you're going to Missouri.
Do you think that I mean, TJ and I talked about this a little bit last week, kind of preparing that was going to happen because there were rumblings happening. No major loss, right? Like no major loss of any of these people. Ed Scott's going to bring in some ballers from wherever he's at, wherever he came from. We're going to be fine, right?
Yeah, and he said that in one of his interviews. He's like, I've got a long list of people that I've worked with that would be dying for a call to get an invite to come work at Memphis. So I think we can expect to hear that news I mean, what's today?
I think there's probably going to be a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying I think we could start hearing hirings probably within a week. You're going to start getting some information there, right?
Yep.
At least potential names.
I think names will come out. If it is he going to be making hirings before his official start date?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. He doesn't start until the 29th. The 29th?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. So it might be a little, yeah, you might start hearing some names, but I think it'll be a little bit before you actually get some hiring. Also, I didn't realize that this summer league did the Elam ending.
Yeah.
This has been pretty intense for the last 2 minutes because they're tied at 95 and the target score is 97. So it's been a little bit sloppy back and forth.
I mean, I guess my only concern is, from what I've seen, is I've seen GG Jackson take 2 corner threes,
open threes and missed.
Yeah, just wild shots.
When you've got a 7'5" monster
sitting down there in the paint, and all you need is a 2. It is what it is. It's summer league.
Who cares, man? Let me tell you already. And I know this is not a Grizzlies podcast, but
it might turn into it.
The weeping and gnashing of teeth over GG Jackson's performance in this game is pretty wild. I'm like, guys, do y'all not remember last year? Like, do we not have enough tape of seeing him vault his way into Rookie of the Year contention?
Yeah, I wouldn't put a whole lot of weight into this game 1 of summer league. Also, just very quickly, the Utah Jazz summer league jerseys. This is not a joke. It looks. Do the numbers on their jersey, the lettering, does it not look like electrical tape?
Yeah, it does.
Looks like they have white pennies and they all just put electrical tape numbers on there. It's so glossy. Anyway, let's get to this October's wit and get the heck out of here.
Hey, it's not bad, dude. It's a decent can.
I wasn't even going to say not bad. I'm going to say that this is great. I'm a big Belgian guy, though. I like Belgian ales. A quintessential summertime beer. So what's with the name October's Wit? It's our assistant brewer October's first solo beer. His name is October, or her name?
Yeah, look at that. You were
coming
at me for buying old beer.
You're the one that said it. You said that.
I just assumed. I do it all the time.
What a name, though,
beer
being October. Just like his signature tie-dyed shirts. This Belgian style wit is bright and bold with notes of citrus and pepper. So vibe out and drink up. This is a great summertime beer. I'm not joking. And it hits even better when there's a summertime storm going on outside. I like this. I'm assuming he wears glasses like Natchez has on. I'm glad they gave him the nod. Dude loves tie-dye shirts. They gave Natchez a shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know what's necessarily going on in the I don't know what's going on in the squiggles and the yellow in the background, but I like this can. I like that Natchez is a polar bear this time. Beer was delicious, but I like Belgian style. This is going to be up there for me. TJ, I'm hovering on the 8 line.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'll put it at 6.5 for the can. I think I'll talk up to 6.6 now that I know the background that the tie-dye shirt is because it's named after October, or it's named October's Wit after October, and he wears
I can't believe that's
tie-dye. I can kind of give a little bonus point there, but we'll take it up to 6.6 on the can.
His birthday has got to be in October, right?
No, I think his name's just October. What do you mean?
But like he's got to be born in October. Otherwise, that's ridiculous.
I don't know that information.
I'm going to go a little higher than you. I'm going to go 6.9. I like it.
Okay.
I don't know. For some reason, I know it's essentially the same and got Natchez on the bike, but it feels different to me. They did the colors on this one. Natchez fur changing colors. So I'm going to go there. Beer wise, I'll go 7.8. I don't think it's quite an 8 yet. If I could have a second one for sure right now. And if it was in like a frosted mug, I could probably hit that 8 line.
Okay. You went a little bit higher than me. I said a 7.4.
You know those old school mugs
like
that
it.
had like the stuff inside that for the water that would freeze on the inside?
Yeah. Little icy crystal looking things.
Yeah. If we had one of those.
I went a 7.4 with the beer. I do like it. I could definitely drink 2 of them. There's just something holding me back. I don't know if it was the pepper. I don't know if I tasted pepper by any
I think
means.
I got a
was
lot
good.
more citrus than I got pepper.
Yeah, a lot of citrus. There's definitely malt in there. I feel like I had to drink some water in between just to kind of cleanse the palate. I didn't drink any, but I felt like I probably could have and would be happier. So I just took a little point off for that. But it's good. It's a good beer. We would definitely recommend that. What did you say on the can? What did you say, 6.8?
6.9.
6.9. Nice.
I mean, I'm not joking. I might go get a couple more of these for this weekend.
I should have made you chug Adjective Animal that you missed last week. So
I saw it down
you
there.
have to chug a Goldcrest 51 and an Adjective Animal.
Because wasn't it a beer he doesn't like? A type of beer he doesn't like? The Adjective Animal?
I think that's one of Wiseacre's only ones I've never even had.
Was it a double IPA? Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah. Double IPA. I don't know if I'm doubling it.
No, dude. We'll see. You got to chug it next week and we'll find out.
We'll come back next week with a cold beer, stay with hot takes, and watch me chug. And what is it? Adjective Animal?
Adjective Animal. Yep.
Maybe. Or a Goldschlein. What was the other one?
Goldcrest 51, dude.
Goldcrest 51. I got to do both of them. See ya later.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Like and subscribe at Bluff City Media's YouTube page. Head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co for comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports.